Arsenal are about to go big for both Eze and Rodrygo, in my opinion. And if they don't go big for Rodrygo, they will be signing another big player. The news coming out today, the club is focusing big on the departures. Leandro Trossard, according to Florian Plettenberg, has 2 offers on the table from Premier League clubs. We know there's a lot of interest abroad as well. Not only that, Reece Nelson, pretty much on his way to Fulham. There's a lot of interest out there from him, from Fulham. And this kind of tells me that Arsenal are one of the best clubs at keeping their business close to their chest. There was a lot of radio silence when Arsenal were on the verge of signing Gyokeres. There wasn't any news for 3 or 4 days. Right now, Gyokeres Eze has told his friends and family he will be an Arsenal player. Raphinha and Rodrygo are both being linked as their marquee statement signing towards the end of the window. Liverpool have signed another player today, a 17-year-old academy player from Salford. They have to act, and they have to act very, very soon. They've got a game against my football club, Tottenham, in a few days. I will be doing a watch-along for that, so make sure you're there. But there's a lot to get into very, very shortly. Make sure you go down and drop a like on the video if you haven't already. That would be greatly appreciated. We are less than 800 subscribers away from it in 70,000. The road to 100K is well and truly on. If you haven't already and you enjoyed the content, please go down, hit that subscribe button, and let me know your thoughts. Now, I want to start by talking about Arsenal's window as a whole. This may be a bit of a longer video, but make sure you strap yourself in and watch the whole thing so you don't miss any content. But right now, there seems to be a narrative going around that Arsenal haven't had the best of windows. Norgard is not a first-team player. Madueke is not a first-team player. Mosquera is not a first-team player. Kepa's not a first-team player. That's the narrative that I've seen online in the last couple of days. One of the reasons why Arsenal Football Club lost the league title last year was because of their squad depth. That's one of the reasons why they also lost the league title the year before and the year before that. Liverpool have world-class players in their team, which everyone can all agree on, in Alisson, in Van Dijk, in the Mohamed Salah. Now, Arsenal lost Bukayo Saka, one of their world-class stars, for a period of 3 months. Would Liverpool have been the same if they lost Mohamed Salah for 3 months? I'm not so sure. They also lost Martin Odegaard for about 2 months. Would Liverpool be the same if they lost McAllister or Gravenberch for 2 months? Again, I'm not so sure. And there seems to be a narrative going around from rival fans right now that, as it stands, Arsenal haven't had a good window. Well, Leandro Trossard has offers on the table from other clubs. Reece Nelson has offers on the tables from other clubs. It looks like they're going to generate some funds. They're still, on the verge of signing Gyokeres Eze. There hasn't been a concrete bid yet, but the player has told his friends and family that he will be an Arsenal player at some point in this transfer window. They've also brought in the best goal scorer in European football last year with 97 goals in 100 games, which is absolutely obscene amount of goals. They've also brought in Kepa Arrizabalaga, who was Bournemouth's #1 last year. Who's got a better #2 goalkeeper? You could maybe argue Liverpool with Georgi Mamardashvili or City with Ortega. And, they've obviously got Edison, but he's a backup goalkeeper. It just seems to be whenever Arsenal sign a player, there's a different vibe to when everyone else signs a player. Like, if Arsenal are doing the Gyokeres mask celebration, it will be classed as cringe. It will be classed as, this and that. But other teams do similar things all the time. Tottenham fans were doing the whole Dele Alli, that celebration, or Dybala's celebration like that when we were trying to sign him. No one gave us shit for that. So why is everyone giving Arsenal shit? I'm just saying the energy needs to be the same. You either give everyone shit or you give no one shit. But yeah, the transfer news today is that Florian Plettenberg, basically a conclusion to my point is Arsenal have had a good transfer window. And Leandro Trossard leaving, Reece Nelson leaving, Gabriel Jesus, according to Fabrizio Romano, could be on the chopping board as well. So they are gearing up to add additional forwards with 3 spaces opened up in their squad. Borussia Dortmund are monitoring Leandro Trossard, the 30-year-old winger, also has 2 concrete offers from Premier League clubs. A move away this window is possible. He's under contract until 2027. Now, I like Trossard. I think he's a good player, but I don't think he is at the level of caliber of players that they need if they want to win a Premier League title. I'll be brutally honest with you guys. He's a good player, but he's not a world-class, fantastic player. He's on £90,000 a week. You would imagine that whoever signs him would match that or significantly improve that. I think the 2 clubs, some people have said one's Newcastle, some people have said one's Brighton, some people have said one's Brentford. 8 goals and 7 assists last season in 38. It's not a bad return. 15 GA for a rotational player. 4 GA in 14. Scored a really, really important goal in the Champions League as well. But for me, they need better. He's also going to be 31 in December. So Arsenal prefer to sign younger players who have got a higher sell-on value, who are performing better at this moment in time. And I personally think that, you know, the situation with regards to Leandro Trossard is that they need to move him on. In my opinion, they need a better player, in my opinion. Now, what's really, really interesting is the stuff coming out with regards to the whole Rodrygo Raphinha saga. Because for me, Arsenal have to sign Rodrygo. According to reports, you know, it looks right now that Liverpool are, you know, have called their interest. According to, you know, this is what Robbie from AFTV has said. I don't know how reliable this is, but I did actually see Romano quoting them the other day. Liverpool have called their interest too, so Arsenal could have a clear run. They have to sign him. It's as simple as that. Whether it's Leao or Rodrygo, Arsenal have to go in and make a big, you know, signing. Obviously, he's not interested in Spurs. That news come out yesterday was laughable at the time. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a bit of a dig there about a bigger club. I mean, I get what they're trying to do there, but it's just not funny, is it? But yeah, Rodrygo for me has to be at either Liverpool or Arsenal this year if they want to both go and win the league title. He's heavily linked to a move away. This transfer meeting is scheduled to take place at some point in, you know, the next few days. I personally think right now that I personally think he will be leaving. It's just a matter of time. You know, he's transfer. You know, Xabi Alonso wants more signings, and how he can get more signings is by generating a fee for the departure of Rodrygo. Raphinha is an interesting one for me because that links only come out the last, you know, few days or so. But Ben Jacobs has said on a number of occasions that Arsenal are the team interested the most in Rodrygo. They prefer a move to Rodrygo than any other, you know, big player. That's the one they want. That's the one that they're after. So it was going to be interesting to see what happens in the coming days. Leandro Trossard is expected to leave, according to reports. Then you've also got Reiss Nelson, another player who, according to, I think it was David Ornstein, come out and said that he has an offer on the table from Fulham. And, you know, they're also looking at potentially moving him on to Crystal Palace as part of the deal for Gyokeres Eze. He said talks, Fulham are in advanced talks to sign Reiss Nelson. Discussions for the 25-year-old 25-year-old centre on loan. I think he means winger on loan. Loan plus buy option, obligation, and a significant fee or permanent agreement between Fulham and Arsenal is close but not done. Work needed to move to materialise. So it's clear right now they're focused on departures. They want to get Trossard. They want to get Nelson both out the door. And then they can bring in a player of real quality, Gyokeres Eze, Leao, Rodrygo. Who really knows? Obviously, Arsenal today did miss out on the academy talent. Will Wright, who has agreed personal terms and there is an agreement he will be joining Liverpool. Arsenal had club deal done, but not with the player. He's meant to be a big talent, only 17 years of age, and he will be joining Liverpool. Arsenal just need to essentially get one of Rodrygo or Leao over the line and get them over the line very soon, because as it stands right now, the Liverpool saga, they're not really slowing down. They've just sold Diaz to Bayern. They're looking at bringing in Alexander Isak. It's going to be a very interesting few days coming up. Obviously, of course, tomorrow, Liverpool play, and then on Wednesday, Tottenham are playing Arsenal. So I will be covering both of those games. I wasn't able to cover Tottenham's last two games, but now we are back in the full swing of things. And on a Sunday, we have got Newcastle United. So there's a lot of watch-alongs coming your way. This Tottenham Arsenal game is going to be very interesting. That is Thursday, 12:30. Make sure you're there. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.